time and a place. I'm seeing how niggas outside. NFP. Come on, I ain't trying to be late. I got time and a place. I seen how niggas. Oh, let me shrink this a bit. Alright, cool. Let's get into this, man. Cool, so what we're looking at today. Come on, trying to be late. Okay. Alright, cool. DXY. Alright, cool. Let's get into this, man. Dollar focus, right? Let's go. We live. Let's see what the dollar is saying today. I think we're gonna head to here. See what happens. Here. Possible rebound. So that's what I'm looking for today. We'll see what's happening, but that's what I reckon is going on today. Dollar strength and weakness. See what's popping. Bitch bag got a gap for a fires. She fine. Okay. Excuse me. Alright. What's good, everyone? How's everyone doing? Who's trading today? Anyone trading today? Who's looking at what? I'm looking at the dollar today. Potentially looking to see what GBPUSD does. See what US 30 does as well. See what the dollar is saying today. It's been a crazy week for the majors, boy. They've really fallen down. But it's a weekly retracement. It can happen. So that's what I'm looking for today. See what's happening, but that's what I reckon is going on today. Dollar. Right. Strength and weakness. See what's popping. Bitch bag got a gap for a fires. She fine. Okay. Look at that. See how niggas are saying. Excuse me. Alright. That's good, cool, everyone. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. What's everyone saying? How's everyone doing? What's good? At what? I'm looking at the dollar today. Double top here. Potentially looking to see what GBPUSD does. 4 hour area. See what US 30 does as well. It's been a crazy week for the majors, boy. They've really fallen down. But it's a weekly retracement. It can happen. What's good? Alright, US 30. Right. everyone saying? How's everyone doing? What's good? Double top here. Not trading yet today. Wait and see what happens. Yeah, 100% Rust. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm not in anything at the moment. 25 minutes. We'll see what happens. Probably the next hour. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I've got something similar in terms of just waiting at the moment. We'll see. What's good? Also, Russ, send me some charts through, yeah? Or if you was gonna post them in the school, bro, please do before Monday, yeah? So that we can get back to the next session and whatnot. So yeah, possible buy on US 30. Let's see what's happening here. And NFP is in 24 minutes, so I'm gonna be waiting on that, seeing what's good. How is everyone? How's everyone doing? Not trading yet today.
Oh, everyone as well.
Yeah, 100% Rust. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm not in anything.
Oh, everyone is good. Anyone trading today?
5 minutes. We'll see what happens. Probably the next hour. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I've got something similar in terms of just waiting at the moment. We'll see. Also, Russ, send me some charts through, yeah? Or if you was gonna post them in the school, bro, please do before Monday, yeah? So that we can get back to the next session and whatnot. So yeah, possible buy on US 30. Let's see what's happening here. And NFP is in 24 minutes, so I'm gonna be waiting on that, seeing what's good. How is everyone? Alright, cool. So how's everyone doing? NFP. Oh, everyone as well. GU's chilling. Oil is chilling. The dollar is chilling. So it's a waiting game at the mo, but I reckon we're gonna go for this area here. Oh, and then we could potentially see what's happening with the major pairs and stuff. Let's see what's good though. Who's new to trading? Anyone new here? Anyone brand new? Anyone learning? Anyone like stuck? What's everyone saying? Like a Cuban, I don't want to link. I clear all the tabs. They pay for their abs. Alright, cool. Let's see what's goody. What pairs is everyone trading? What pairs is everyone looking at? Alright, cool. So let me know. NFP. GU's chilling. Oil's bouncing up. Taking on this low. It's a waiting game at the moment.
On the double bottom, so
I reckon we will take this out at some point. And then we could potentially see what's happening with the major pairs and stuff. Let's see what's good though. Who's new to trading? Anyone new here? Anyone brand new? Anyone learning? Anyone like stuck? What's everyone saying? Cuban, I don't want to link. Clear all the tabs. They pay for their abs. Alright, cool. Let's see what's goody. What pairs is everyone trading?
Excuse me.
Right, cool. Let me know. Right, that's what we're looking at. to Marquise about it. Wondering if I let it go. We beefing about it. Alright, so NFP. Inflation came out. It's at 2%. It's not really changed. So alright, NFP. Bearish FFG. Which pair, bro? What you look? Which pair you speaking on? So we're looking at. Which pair? What are you looking at, bro? I would have sold off that if it aligned. What, US 30? Which? This chart here? The chart I'm looking at or a different one? I looked at a few different. This one here. US 30, yeah? So you're saying bearish. Which one? The one that just happened now or the one prior? NFP. Inflation came out. Go back. Bullish on GJ, higher time frame retracement. Yeah, I'm bullish on GU, so definitely higher time. It's a weekly retracement. Yeah, the most recent one. Which time frame was you looking at though, bro? Which time frame? GJ, definitely trying to buy GBP. I don't trade GJ, but I'm trying to buy GBPUSD as well. Yeah, let me know which time frame you're speaking on. Which pair, bro? You look which 1 hour 5. Which 5 mins. What are you looking at, bro? Nah, I think that was oil, you know, bro. I think you're speaking about, you talking about this one. I would have sold off that. This one here. What, US 30? Which? US 30, I'm not actually trying to sell this yet. Yeah, it was on oil, bro. It wasn't US 30. So what I'll show you for US 30 is I think we're going to potentially come down a bit lower. I want to be buying from here. I think we're trying to make a higher low, basically. So structurally, you can see like we're going upwards. We had like a shallow retracement. We had another upwards, another high made, and then we've pulled down. So anything in and around here to kind of get ready to go higher. That's what I'm looking for on GUS 30. I do think we're gonna start buying again. I think this is just a retracement to go back higher, basically. So someone said 4 hour fair value. Yeah, let me know which time frame you're speaking on. Buy Bitcoin, forget about it for 4 years. Yeah, you need that's the thing. Like with crypto, I'll speak on that as well. Like crypto is a good investment, but Bitcoin, unless you got a lot of money, Bitcoin ain't really a great investment right now. It's too expensive. Like you're gonna own a fraction of it, but that's not really no real return right now. Bullish on GJ. Let me check that out for you, bro. So GJ, I don't really trade yen pairs. Alright, so this is a nasty range. Yen is definitely in a nasty range in regards to what it's doing. Price action is very, very sideways, very choppy. It's dipped the range on the daily in terms of the lows of the range on the daily. But it is still chopping. So it could potentially be a buy from where it is, to be honest. It could buy out of here. But I would rather it break out of the range fully. Because you've got some targets for it to go up here, but right here. It's kind of dipped this bit, it's dipped this liquidity here, and then it's kind of pulled down. But it could be a buy from there. But I don't really like to trade yen pairs, truthfully. It's not really my thing. This hasn't really retraced compared to what GBPUSD's done. This hasn't really retraced. Where is GU? Here you go. So like if you look at this weekly candle here and what it's done here, you can see we've had quite a retracement. So GJ is not really moved like that. It doesn't really look as good. So 4 hour 15-minute low resistance. Bullish on GJ. 4 hour 15-minute. Alright, cool. So you're trying to buy it to the higher. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, cool. So for me, I wouldn't say it's really shown enough yet to buy it yet. You could be right, but so basically, how I'm presuming you're looking at it is playing into this level here, right? And then you're saying 15 minute, but for me, this is kind of, you want to see a little bit more than this. This isn't really enough. Um, I would wait personally, bro. I don't think this is price action showing enough. I think this very low volume is very, um, there's no real inkling to suggest that anyone has bought in terms of like the big players. I don't think there's enough volume yet. So I would wait for some volume to kind of break the structure and show me more of a structure, a willingness to break structure upwards, and then I'd look to buy. I wouldn't necessarily buy it just off of what it's doing now. Zoom in to 1 minute first market structure shift, retrace into discount, targeting equal EQ, equilibrium is what you're saying. Again, I hear all of that. I do hear it. I just don't think this price action's showing enough volume. I get what you're saying, but that, like, what I like to do is wait for more volume first. Like, I'm not fussed about catching the bottom of the move. Like, I'm not too fussed about that. What I'm more fussed of is showing the willingness, because you've been coming down quite a bit on the 4 hour. I want to see a willingness to actually start to show me something bullish. Like, no time frame here. If you go on the 1 hour, it's showing me a willingness to actually push up, if that makes sense. Yo, what's the best tips for beginners like me? I've literally just started and I have no clue what to use. So Ryan, the first thing I would say, bro, is learn the terminology. So like, learn the basics of trading, the terminology of trading, right? You need to learn what certain things mean. What a pip is, what a candlestick is. Learn the ins and outs of just the terminology of like what bullish means, what bearish means, what a trend is. All of these things, right? You need to learn the terminology first. Then you can start to potentially apply a strategy to that. So if you don't know anything regarding terminology, start with like just learning the basics of what trading is. And then you can think about a strategy, but learn that first. There's a lot of free websites for you to kind of pick out to do that. If you click on the link in my bio or message me, I've got a free community where you can join that free community. There's a lot of information in there. So like, there's free modules that you can use, but do that once you've got the terminology. Otherwise, you don't know what anything means, right? You're right. So 1 second. The first thing I would say, bro, is sorry, I'm just reading the comments, guys. So yeah, what's the best tips you could give me? All right, same. Is that the same? Yes, you right. Okay, cool. What's the best tips? You're right. Yeah. So I don't think if you're trying to buy a GJ, bro, I would wait a little bit. Like, yes, it can show you something from here, but I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough for you to kind of, start buying it yet. I think you're a little bit early. No problem, Ryan. I think you're a little bit early. I don't think there's enough volume here for you to kind of, like, basically don't jump the gun. Like, wait for the New York session, the NFP to kind of clear. See what the market does, and then see the willingness to actually want to go higher. I don't see a willingness to be a buyer right now. And the reason I say that is because I've been trying to buy GBPUSD as it's been falling all week, and again, the willingness to become a buyer isn't there. It's just been dropping, slight retracement, dropping, slight retracement, drop. So I've been doing this 6 years, so I've seen enough price action to know when it's showing me what I want to see. So don't jump the gun. Like, I know you're saying the 1 minute. Trust me, the 1 minute is deceptive when you're reading the market structure. It's not really a good inkling. It's not enough to go off of, in my opinion, anyway. That's just me. So just wait for more confirmation. Like, you don't need to catch the bottom. You will get, once it shows you the willingness that it's shifting structure, you will get your entry. You just got to kind of chill out. Because the more you jump the gun, the more losses you'll take for no reason. I don't want to say no reason, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So yeah, we got 10 minutes to the NFP. So realistically, the dollar is on the agenda right now. To be honest, the dollar's on the agenda right now. And the reason I say that is because I've been trying to buy GBPUSD. So, and again, the willingness to become a buyer isn't there. It's just a waiting game. I think the dollar will get stronger, and then we could potentially see a weakness. So, this is what I'm thinking for the dollar. I think we're gonna push up, continue this structure, and then hopefully we start seeing some bearish structure come into play, because the GBPUSD, Euro USD is falling pretty heavy this week with minimal retracement too. So that's what I want to see. Hopefully that happens. If this area is invalidated, then the dollar might be turning bullish again for sure. Like it might be starting to get back to 102, which is quite high. Very possible, but quite high. So brand new month. What you want to think about as well is, with it being a brand new month, you want to think about if this is trying to make the higher the month or lower the month, whatever it may be. So I think where we're retracing up, maybe we're trying to make the higher the month. So we got to wait and see. Anyone got any questions though? Whilst we wait for this result in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. This is what I'm thinking for the dollar. I think we're gonna continue this structure, and then hopefully we start seeing some bearish structure come into play, because the GBPUSD, Euro USD is falling pretty heavy this week with minimal retracement too. So that's what I want to see. Any thoughts on ES? So I don't trade ES. I do trade US 30 though. I mean, I'll look at ES for you, but again, they kind of move in sync, but I don't necessarily trade ES indices. So I'll show you what I'm thinking for US 30. I think we're going to come down and then become a buy. So how that might translate to the ES. The ES looks more like the NASDAQ, to be honest, whereas US 30, the structure's a little bit different. It could come down a little bit more in terms of like pulling back down lower. Obviously, it's still overall bullish. I just think we're pulling down. So it's very, it's more similar to the NASDAQ. And it doesn't really have as much, of a blatant area. I think US 30 is a little bit clearer. I think it could pull down some more. I mean, it has made all-time highs, so it's relatively likely to, want to actually retrace and just give us a proper retracement. Because if you think about what happened here, you had price pull up, we consolidated, we made a new high, we had a shallow retracement, made a new high, shallow retracement, made a new high. So everything's just been shallow retracement, to be honest with you. Hasn't really retraced. So I think from the last higher low to where we are now, it could pull down quite a bit. It could pull down quite a bit. But what I would say is it's the first day of the month. So with it being the first day of the month, you're not going to get crazy amounts of things happen. Do you know what I mean? The month is just starting. So just, think about next week more so. Because obviously you've got a full day of, a full week of trading and, more candles and stuff like that. So I think today is going to be a sit back and watch. Yeah, 100%. 100%. First day, NFP. Let the news do its thing. You don't need to jump the gun. If you get entry on something which is obvious, no problem. But where the news is going to be anticipated, you got to kind of just wait and see what's going to happen, man. So for me, I don't trade ES. What makes you trade the ES as well, Kieran? What makes you trade ES out of, NASDAQ and the Dow Jones and even the FTSE? What made you pick the ES? Hasn't really retraced. So I think from the last higher low to where we are now, any other questions, guys, as well? It could pull down quite a bit, but in 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, I'm gonna watch the dollar though, but I can answer your questions till then. I don't know, it works well for my strategy. Fair. Whatever works, man. Stick with it. I prefer US 30 though. I think it's just easy. It's not as
Today is going to be a sit back and watch. Yeah,
I don't think it's as
100%.
manipulated. I feel like the
100%.
Nasdaq and the ES is a little bit more manipulated.
First day NFP.
So it really
let the
depends,
news
you
do
know.
its thing. You don't need to jump the gun.
I think it's just yeah.
Entry on
I just
something
prefer
which
to
is
read
obvious,
the Dow. It's just
no
a bit
problem,
easier.
but where the news is going to be
So-
anticipated, you got to kind of just wait and see what's going to happen, man. For me,
Got some alerts set.
I don't trade.
The
ES.
dollar's
What
looking
makes you
like it's
trade
gonna
the ES
climb,
as well,
so-
Kieran, what makes you trade ES out of Nasdaq and the Dow Jones and even the FTSE? What made you pick the ES?
Oh shit, you got it backward. Oh, okay, no, it's my thank you, bro. It's my YouTube stream. Sorry, bro. Damn, the whole time you lot been hearing me talk, probably bored of my voice still. My bad. It's because I'm on YouTube too. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of free content on there. Not only that, it's just free information. I'll show you. 1 second. I typed it. Oh, I should have pinned the comment really. Hold on. Let me know if you can see the pin comment. I just pinned it at the top. Oh, I could find the link if that's easier. Is that easier though? Let me know if you can see the pin comment first. If not, I'll find the link for you. Okay, cool. Alright, so where are we? Yeah, we're 2 minutes out. 2.5 minutes out. So I'm gonna switch to the dollar. Just to see, how the reaction is, what we're looking like, things and such, See what's happening. There's nothing suggesting this is gonna come down. But again, when the news hits, anything can happen. That's why it's not really viable to trade the news, to be real. It's not viable. So let's see. Alright, so oil's forming a double bottom. We're pushing up higher. We could even clear these highs, to be honest. So let's see, man. I'm 15, learning to trade. Do you have any tips? As I can't trade myself, just learn the terminology, bro. 15, you're kind of young, so definitely take your time. Just learn the terminology, what certain things mean. I'm trying to think. It's hard to say learn a strategy because you can't even practice it right now. So I'm not sure. I think just learn the terminology. And then once you've done that, you can kind of start thinking about picking up strategies. But I don't think you can trade, bro, until you're 18, which is a while away, You can backtest, but that's years of backtesting, though. You can backtest, but it's a long time. It's a long time to backtest. 2-3 years, It's a long time. Alright, so 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Let's see what's going on. NFP. NFP. Alright, so it is there. It's just not jokers. Alright, cool. It's coming now. Okay. So market's pushed down. It's pushing down. Dollar's pushing down. Not surprising. It's kind of just been ranging since yesterday. So flood down. What was the actual result? Let's check the result. Any danger? Come on. Right, it's pushing down pretty heavy. Telling me why. Alright, so look, let me show you on the 1 minute. So the 1 minute, look, you can see heavy. 5 minute heavy candle right now. Is trading worth it, and can it be a full-time job? Yeah, that's what I do full-time, Ryan. So it's definitely worth it, bro. You know, it takes a lot of effort. I'm not gonna make it seem like it's something that's just like you're gonna get it straight away, because there's a lot to it. You gotta give yourself at least 6 months, is what I would say. You got at least 6 months, bro. But once you do understand what your strategy is and all of these things, yes, it's worth it for sure. All right, so I'm gonna check the euro because it's pushing. Right, so Euro USD's pushed up, GU's pushed up. So the dollar is pushing down, still pushing down heavy. Okay, cool. So this is, this is what happens with NFP. You get candles just going down. What was the actual result? So NFP was, okay, so it was supposed to be 110. It came in at 73, which is lower than expected. And the unemployment's gone higher. So unemployment's risen, and the job creation in the US was worse. So it's a worse than expected result, hence why the dollar's falling. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, this doesn't mean start chasing the market. This doesn't mean I'm going to start buying the market or none of that stuff, right? Because this is just the initial reaction from the dollar. The structure is still bullish, even though you're getting a engulfing candle at the moment. There's nothing to say, it's now's the time to start buying these pairs and stuff. So let's see what happens, how this candle closes. It's very important. And then we can go into, managing potential positions, is what I would say. So let's see. Let's see. So GU's pushing up. Even then, even with GU pushing up, like this double bottom, not really a fan of that. Euro USD, not even really a fan of this either, in terms of just how it's looking. So need to see a bit more. Need to see a bit more, but nonetheless, it is, EU is pushing from an area where it could have pushed from, but need to see how these closures look. Very, very bullish candle. This is where gamblers are basically going to start pushing, buttons, pressing buy, because they're seeing the volume kick in and all of this stuff. Trust me, I've been there. None of that stuff works. Don't start chasing candles. None of that. Yeah. We don't need to chase the market. You either have a setup or you don't. So let's just kind of wait and see what happens. But it is a strong candle though. Strong candle. Milk 15 bags on gold. Yeah, hard. What? During NFP? Was you already in? What was you doing? You must have been buying it. You must have been buying it. Yeah, gold's done a crazy 300 pip push. So, right, gold is taking out these lows. Swept that low, chilled. I said, wallahi, I wish. Alright, that's funny. Yeah, no, gold is I don't trade gold, you know. I don't like it. It's not a pair for me. But what I say about gold now that I'm here, if gold gets above this high and stays and like closes above, then it's gonna turn bullish. Like for the next week. Probably not today, but like the next week coming, if it closes above here, definitely gonna be bullish. So that's what I would say to those that are looking at gold. But now that it's flying up like that, just wait, man. You don't need to be chasing it. It's already done what, it's reacting to the news. So don't be chasing the market. But no, I don't trade gold. It's not a pair for me, personally. I'm not a fan. But these candles are strong though. Dollar is folding. One, three, three. Yeah, could keep going, but yeah. Do I trade gold? Nah, I literally just said I don't trade gold, bro. I'm not a fan. It's not a pair for me. I don't like the behavior of gold. I don't like the volatility of gold. There's too many wicks. The size of the wicks. I don't like the size of the stop loss that's needed sometimes. There's a lot of factors as to why I don't trade gold. It's very, very choppy. Like 1 minute, like when I used to trade gold, I used to trade gold in 2021. That was the last time I traded it. You could be up 100 pips and then it comes back to entry. And it's like, I'm not dealing with something like that. I don't want to, do you get what I mean? 100 pips on gold isn't nothing. It can go both ways, 100 pips. I don't really like, the pair like that. Pairs like that is just, because your strategy can be good, but you just can't factor in like manipulation. So I stay away from gold personally. But that's me though. I'm not telling anyone to shy away from it. If it works for you, then great. But gold doesn't work for me. My biggest losses came from trading gold, truthfully. So I don't trade it no more. I don't trade it anymore. It's really what you want to trade. Honestly, it's what you want to trade. Stick to one pair. If you're a newbie, if you're a beginner, stick to one pair. Don't look at, 5, 6, 7 pairs. You don't need to. Just stick to one. But yeah, I don't like gold, personally. Everything's got equal lows, but it's not grabbing them yet. Gold has too many inducements. 100%. I look like Twin S. I don't know who Twin S is. Twin S. Nah, that doesn't ring a bell. Gold has too many inducements. Yeah, it's heavily manipulated. Gold is definitely one of the most manipulated pairs. 100%. It's just 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're not. Next minute you're in drawdown, you're up, and then you're in drawdown. It's like, what? So, nah. No, I wouldn't say gold is unpredictable. It's just very manipulated. Like, you can have your strategy, like you can have your bias, and then your bias will play out in your favor, but then it will come back to your entry, and then it will go again. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes it's hard to kind of get used to that type of behavior. Do you get what I mean? So it's not that it's unpredictable. You can predict what way gold is gonna go, but it's just getting comfortable and getting okay with it coming back to your entry multiple times when it's far away, or it seemed far away and then it's come back again. There's too many times it does that. Twin S is a UK drill rapper. Yeah, okay, I'll check it out. I haven't heard of him before though. Twin S. Mums, you look nothing like him. Yeah, I don't know who that is still. I ain't heard of him. No disrespect, but I don't know who that is. Only trade EU, GU, and use both for correlations and divergences. Give me 100%. 5 figures daily. That's it. I trade GU, EU too as well. So I understand exactly what you're saying. GU, EU, I check the dollar to correlate. I trade US 30 and I trade oil. I trade 4 pairs, bro. That's it. Do I like currency pairs? Yes, I do like currency pairs. So 100%. I'm with you on that. But for me, the bias for EU and GU has just been down the whole week. You know, I would have thought we was going to come down a few days and then turn around, because overall it is still bullish, but it's just been flying down. And then obviously today is the new start of the month. So still bullish on it. I just need to see more to let me know, all right, cool, this is getting ready to be a buy, you know. So we got to kind of wait and see on that one. But I don't like the fact that it's left this double bottom here. I don't like that. I don't like it. But is anyone in any trades now? Like prior to NFP, was anyone actually trade? Can you trade on your phone? You can trade on your phone, but I would recommend that you analyze your pairs on a computer or a laptop. Analyzing on the laptop or computer is just going to be easier for you because the screen's bigger. You can see more candles. It's easier to maneuver. Do you get what I mean? You can trade on your phone, but I wouldn't recommend analyzing charts on your phone. Like actually drawing, you know, areas you're interested in, or drawing where you know, what your setups are for the week. It's just not really that efficient to do on your phone. You can take trades on your phone, but I wouldn't analyze the charts on my phone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, have your areas already mapped out. If you have a computer, the computer is the best. Computer is going to be better than a laptop, in my opinion, right? So yes, you can trade on your phone. I wouldn't recommend marking up charts solely on your phone though. Yeah, you want to kind of have a computer or a phone or a laptop or a phone. Just to make your life easier. Because drawing charts on your phone each week that's not really the play, bro. It's kind of difficult. Right, so this thing is still rising up. So the dollar's really folding at the moment. Super folding. So big bearish candle, chopping down heavy. Chopping down super heavy. No trades for me. I don't have any setups right now. Like, again, when there's news out, it makes, you know, people think because the market's moving, you have to do anything. You got to start doing things. If it doesn't meet your criteria, like I wanted the chart to come up here. I wanted it to get up here, and then I wanted to see the sell form. It done something different. So not interested. I don't have any trades. So do I trade crypto? No, I don't trade crypto. I invest into cryptos, but I don't day trade them. Cryptos are, for me, a good investment asset class. Day trading them. If you trade gold, no, it wasn't even you that said that. I was gonna say, whoever trades gold, you would hate crypto. Like, if you want to day trade crypto, it's even more manipulated than gold. So no, I don't trade gold. Sorry, I don't trade crypto on a day to day. But I do have a portfolio. I do have a crypto portfolio. Court sales in London to no point now. Yeah, it's whatever, man. The market's coming down. If you're a beginner or just like a newbie, what they tend to do is chase this candle and be like, yeah, it's going to continue. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not chasing this candle because it wasn't in the area I wanted it to do it in. It is what it is. Yeah, don't ever chase the market. Don't think because it's flying down, you can get a little bit of the action. You can, but that's not a strategy. You can get burnt. You can blow your account doing that. So if it doesn't meet your criteria, it didn't come to an area you wanted it to come to, that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with missing a trade or missing a setup. Why do you think most traders pay little attention to the news? I don't know, it's a good question. I mean, you should pay attention to the news. You mean like fundamentals, like the news releases, right? You should pay attention to them. Like Wednesday, we had the interest rate decision for the US. So the Federal Reserve is, where the dollar is the world reserve currency. You have to be aware of the interest rate because the interest rate that's being set by the Federal Reserve is going to affect the whole economy. If they cut it or raise it, it's going to affect the whole economy. So you have to. I don't know why there's little emphasis. There should be more emphasis on looking at the news. You don't base your decisions off of the news, though, is what I would say. Especially in the beginning, right? Especially in the beginning. Like, you don't want to base the news base your bias off of what the news is. So, the news is coming in today worse than expected. So unemployment has risen, which is not good for any economy, and they didn't create enough jobs. Yeah, they were supposed to create 110,000. They only created 73, so they didn't create enough. So the dollar is responding to that negative news. But when this has come down is when the news is released. So the time is coming down for you to then start thinking, oh wow, it's negative. You're gonna start pressing buy on the majors, but it's like by that time the market's already gone. So you're not even getting a good entry. So never chase the news. Never be like, I should have got in here if it didn't actually come to an area you was interested in. The pair I was looking at was Euro USD. So this is Euro USD, this is GBPUSD. Both of them are flying upwards. Both of them are flying upwards. This is US oil. I think we're going to come below these lows here. Hopefully we do. And then US 30, I also want to come a bit lower as well. Even if this doesn't happen today, this is what I'll be looking at for next week. The news said USD was stronger, but market shot up. Nah, so wait, where did you hear it said the news was stronger though? As in, why would the news be stronger? And it is a good example of why not to use the news, but it definitely didn't say it was stronger though. It was definitely a negative for the dollar in terms of like, if you click the file, it says great for USD. Yeah, but this is, all right, so read between the lines, yeah? You're talking about the unemployment. So last month was 7.7% unemployment. They thought it was going to be 7.8 and it's 7.9. So it says a better than expected result, but they're basing it off of the figure. So really this platform's a bit silly because they're not factoring in if it's good or bad. They're just factoring in if it's a bigger value or a worse value, if that makes sense. So this is a bigger value than 7.8, so they're saying it's better than that number. But a higher unemployment, higher unemployment's not good. Yeah? So it's all based around the numbers on the screen. But you're right though, you shouldn't actually base your decision off of what the news is telling you. You should never do that. It doesn't work. Anyone that tells you it works, don't make money trading. I'll tell you that for free. They don't make money trading. So no trades for me at the moment. I might not even trade today, to be honest. It's been one of those weeks where the market, I'll give you guys like a little bit of a breakdown. So here, right, let me just highlight the open. So Sunday, the market opened right here, yeah? This green candle here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. It's this green candle here, Sunday open, yeah? Since Sunday open, going into the Asian session on Monday, right? The market is only gone one way the whole week, right? Minimal pullback, and then it's continued throughout Monday. Gone into Tuesday, we've had a slight range. Then we broke up during the London and New York sessions again. Came back into the range. Wednesday came, we continued up, right? Thursday came right here. It pulled down. And then Friday's come and we've pulled up, and now we're pulling down. So the whole week is gone one way. So it's not really been, in my opinion, the previous week and the week before, I was killing it. Everyone in my community, they understood the biases, and everything was kind of gelling, but there's times in the market where it might not make sense. It might not make as much sense as what it was the week before. And that's the beauty of trading, is no 2 weeks are the same. A lot of people might wish for it to be the same, but you got to count your blessings. That's why when you do get good trades, like, execute on them as best as you can, knowing that, right, I might not get a setup tomorrow. I might not get a setup the next day. Don't go into the market each day and expect, yeah, it's going to be the same as yesterday. It's not going to be the same as yesterday. I promise you that it's not. It's a whole new different set of circumstances. So analyze each day. If you get a setup during that day, kill it, because there might not be one tomorrow. The market will be there tomorrow. It doesn't mean what you want to see in the market is going to be there tomorrow. That's the best way to kind of look at it. It's not the same. There's never 2 days which are the same. So this market's flooding down heavy. Maybe going into next week, we get those buys, depending on how this closes. Yeah, it all depends on how this closes. Same with EU, if this could continue up, right? Because it's not really given, if you look at the actual retracements, right? We haven't really had any retracements. It kind of just flew down the whole, since the open here. Slight pullback, flew down, slight range, and now it's pulling up. So there hasn't really been nothing worthwhile, you know, to really get behind, in my opinion. Because even when the market was coming down Monday, I was waiting for retracements, didn't get them. Monday pulled down, going into Tuesday, pulled down. I was looking for more of a pullback up, didn't get it, and it just continued. So no 2 days are the same in the market. Do I trade gold? No. Do I trade gold? Hell no. I don't trade it. I don't know if you just joined. Basically, there's too much manipulation, bro. It's just not a pair that I like to trade because of the manipulation. It's very manipulated. Silver's the same. I don't know if you guys have ever made silver. How much money have you made? Do you mean overall or just in a year? So last year I made 90k. Last year I made 90k trading. But that's not prop firms or none of that. That's just trading my own money, my own accounts. My bad, I'm new to your streams, Ak. I'm quite new to Forex. No, I'm not getting at you. I mean, if you're new to Forex, yeah, don't start with gold. Like, start on a currency. Do not go into gold if you're new, bro. Don't go into gold if you're new. 100%. Stick to GBP. Yeah, stick to a currency pair. It's just gonna be easier for you to learn. Like, you don't want to learn on gold because gold behaves like most pairs don't behave. So it's not a good example to actually trade gold to begin with. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone likes gold as a new beginner or as a newbie because of the, you know, it moves a lot and you can make money fast. Yeah, but you can lose money fast. Do you understand? So it's not, gold doesn't behave like most pairs. That's why I always say just chill. I don't think gold is for a beginner. Not every pair moves like that. What should you move to? Move to a currency pair. That's what I would say. Move to a currency pair. Move to a currency pair. Just to get used to, how normal pairs move. Gold isn't a normal pair. It's one of the most volatile pairs. Cheek, what's happening? Is trading free money? No. What does that mean? What do you mean by is it free money? Did you watch sign tutorials? Trading, what do you mean by is trading free money? I don't understand. What's the question? What are you asking me? It's not free money because you have to risk money to make money. So, yeah, it's definitely not free money. Did you watch tutorials? Someone made. All right, wait. Did I? Yeah, of course I watched tutorials. I didn't just watch tutorials. I learned. I put my hours in. I back tested. I went through the charts. I understood what was happening. I understood how to read trends. I understood how to read market structure. So, first thing to learn is market structure. 100%. Structure. Go and learn market structure. Then learn what liquidity is. Then learn what POIs are, like areas of interest are. Like areas of interest is like an area you're interested. An area you're interested in potentially engaging the market. That's what you got to kind of think of, yeah. So 1 second. Go and study these things. Market structure is the most important thing you need to study. I made 8% this month. Is that good swing trading? Yeah, I mean 8% a month ain't bad. Depending on how much money you have, bro. 8% a month's good. It depends how much money you're using, though. Swing trading. How long was you in the trade for? If you're saying it's a swing trade, what was the trade? How long was you trading? All of that stuff, right? But 8% is good. The more money you have, you realize 8% is good. If you have 100K, 8% is 8K. So it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. So it all depends on the value of that 8%. Yes, my bro, you use prop firms. Thoughts on them? Prop firms are good. Just stick with the main ones though. Like, don't do the whole funny business of finding the one with the lowest fee. And any prop firms you use, make sure they've got proof of payout. So, just stick to FTMO, man. I don't really know about vouching for any of the others, to be honest, because FTMO are not refusing. Yes, their price is their price. You might be able to find a cheaper prop. But, guaranteed, if you get to that point of trading live or whatever, and you make money, they're going to pay you. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's just stick to the main ones. I don't really know how to vouch for all the others and all of this stuff. So, US 30, I'm waiting on US 30, bro. I'm waiting for the stock open. I think we're going to potentially be a buy. If we get down here today, we could potentially start being a buy. So, that's what I'm waiting on. I don't have a setup for it right now. Is 7% monthly swing trading good? Again, same question, bro. Just depends how much money you have. Confluence, yeah. POI, so areas of interest is confluences. Do you understand what I'm saying? But also market structure and liquidity, they're confluences as well. SMC, yeah, SMC, bro. Liquidity is the foundation of it all. That's a fact. That's a fact. Big up JDM trading. The market moves based on where the liquidity is in the market. See, I like gold, but these liquidity grabs take the piss. That's why I don't trade gold. So that reason there, what you just said, that's why I don't trade gold. It's exactly that reason. Because you can be in 100 pip profit and it comes back again 100 pips the other way, and then it goes. And it's like, I'm not doing any of that. Because if you're in 100 pip profit, you're likely to move your stop loss. And then it tags you out and you've got nothing. So I don't trade gold for that reason. Is US 30 high spreads on MT5? It can be, yeah. It depends on your broker though, but it can be. And it's not all brokers though, but it can be. It can be. Why do you have ICT chart colors. I don't know what that means, bro. These are just my chart colors. I've had these since 2020, 2021. So I don't know what that means. New month, let's go. Yes, Toby. Well, go on. What's an average percentage a month you aim for nowadays? Anywhere from five to eight, bro. If you can make 10%, that's a great month, bro. It's a solid month. But 5% is what I aim for. There's countless times where I've been stopped out and it shoots up to TP. That's gold. That's gold. Like, getting used to that is not easy. That's what I'll say. Like, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to do that, bro. I couldn't get used to it, so I just stopped trading it. I couldn't get used to that, bro. Put me as mod. Mod. I don't even know how to do that, man. You have to text me. What's your past in trading like? How have you done, and what has your journey been? So my journey, bro, I'm 6 years in now. So my first 3 years of trading was trash because I was a beginner. Like, learning a new skill, it comes with making mistakes. So getting into trading, I didn't have a mentor, meaning I didn't have one person to kind of lean in from the beginning and listen to and really understand. All right, cool. This is what you do. This is what not to do. So it took me longer to correct the mistakes I was making because no one was there to kind of hold me accountable for things that I was doing. So you definitely need it. I don't want to say you definitely need a mentor, but it will shorten your learning curve. It won't be as long-winded. So if you can get someone to kind of know, like, see where your weaknesses are and improve them, even if it means paying for it, just pay for it. Don't think like, yeah, I can learn it for free though, and da 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 da. Like, yeah, you can. It might take you a longer amount of time though. Do you understand? So, the first year, the way I learned to trade was not how I trade now. A lot of mistakes, FOMO, dealing with the emotional side and the psychological side of it as well. That took a long time. So, first 2 years, COVID hit, like 2020 lockdown hit, and then that kind of gave me more time to sit down and really study the charts some more because no one's doing anything. So I had time to sit on my hands. Literally like every day I was doing charts every day. And basically kind of, sharpened my confirmations and what I'm looking for in the market. And things and such. So once I kind of got to the point of knowing what I'm looking for, now it's about correcting any psychological issues you may have and getting those out the way. And then once you kind of got those out the way, you're kind of like, okay, this is my rules. Build your trading plan, build your structure around your day, make your day as best as you can in regards to like not being frantic. Like, you want to be calm on the charts. You either have a trade or you don't have a trade. It's really that simple, right? You don't really need anything else. Is just secondary, so you need to build your structure to the point where you know what your rules are, you know what you're kind of looking for, and then once it gets to the point of, okay, this is what I'm looking for, continue to refine that. So yeah. Someone said how many days? It took me 3 years to become profitable. It took me 3 years, but that's my journey. Like, that's because, again, I didn't have a mentor. When I basically learned to trade the right way, I had to unlearn a whole bag of stuff that I just learned. So there's a lot of, refining and shedding skin, if you want to call it that. I had to do a lot of that before I even saw any money. And I could look. A lot of people will quit trading if they don't get it right by a certain amount of time. But what you have to allow yourself is time in regards to getting your strategy, like having a sound strategy. It takes time to get to that point. In gold buyers right now still, yeah, it sounds like FOMO though, bro. It sounds like you're just chasing the trade. Are you in gold buyers because the dollar's coming down? Or was you in gold buys prior? I've passed 4 funded free trials, but gonna move to. I don't know what funded free trials are, bro. I don't even know what that means. Sorry. How long did it take? Yeah, answered that. I made 700 today trading. Well done, bro. It's a solid day. That's a solid day, bro. Most people don't make 700 in a day. So, salute, bro. Champion that. Don't go give it back to the market. Chill out. Do you know what I mean? Maybe go and sign out for the week. I'm struggling with it because I'm working during peak hours of the markets. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem, bro. Because I'll be real, the markets do move during the London and New York sessions. So if you're not able to actually look at the chart, it is a problem. It is a problem still. It's just a lot to juggle. There's ways that you can, you can use limit orders, but again, like you gotta kind of be alerted to as and when prices come into an area that you're interested in. Otherwise, yeah, it's hard to juggle, bro. It is hard to juggle. I used to listen when I was learning, I was working, but then once COVID hit, I left my job before COVID hit, and I used all of that time where no one was actually working anyway to just hone in on the skills. It took long, but it was worth it. I'll be real. There's countless times in the past year I've wanted to quit, but there's no way I wasted a year. No, listen, everything's experience, bro. Like you're not wasting any time. If you're doing like the prop firm route, any prop firm account you blew, it's all experience as long as you understand why you blew the account. Do you get what I mean? That's how you get better. Don't think failing is final, like, or it's a temporary defeat. It's not failure. So anytime you lose money in the market, anytime you blow an account, you need to understand what you was doing. That's just what it is. Like, what was I doing? So, oh, it's a practice account. Okay, yeah. So do that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Start swing trading if you're in a 9 to 5. You can swing trade, yeah, but you need a lot of money though, in my opinion, to make it worthwhile. If you ain't really trading, if you're gonna swing trade, yeah, you gotta remember you're not taking as many trades like throughout the course of the year, so to speak. So if you're gonna do that and like hold trades for like a month, 2-3 month period, you have to have a lot of money in order to actually see a real return. Otherwise, why are you swing trading with like, I don't know, a £500 account? Like, what's the point? That it's not really nothing. Do you know what I mean? Swing trading is like when you have 100k plus. In my opinion, you don't need to hold for months. So what's your idea of a swing trade then? Tell me. What's your duration of a swing trade? Because swing trading is long term, bro. Like, I don't know what you think the term swing trade means. My trades last yeah, that's but what I'm trying to say, so if you're in a trade for 1 week, that's not swing trading. 1 week is not a swing trade, bro. The way I see it is if you're losing money, you're paying for a lesson, not losing anything. No, but look, if you're in a demo, listen, if you're learning, yeah, don't trade your own money. Simple, bro. That's one of the mistakes I made. That was another reason it took me long to get profitable, was because when I was trading in the beginning, I'm trading my own money. I had no business trading to begin with. If you're learning, yeah, don't use your own money. Trade a demo account, bro. Like, seriously, if you're trying to figure out your strategy or you're trying to learn your strategy, you don't need to be trading your own money, because it's added pressure. And if you're not comfortable with what your strategy is and it starts failing you, you're just losing money for no reason. You don't need to lose money in the beginning. If you're learn a strategy. Hopefully you got a mentor, someone that's guiding you and giving you instruction on what to do, what not to do. But in that process, you should not be trading your own money. It's not a day trade though. Yeah, I'm not. Swing trade for me is like 3 weeks to 6 weeks. Yeah, but okay. So my interpretation of a swing trade is you get an entry, right? Let's say you enter the market. Let's say you enter the market here, yeah, and you're trying to ride it to this area here, or maybe you're trying to ride it higher, yeah. Your entry is the most important thing, right? But if you're saying you're in a trade from the 4th of July to the 11th of July, and it's the chart's gone from here to where are we here, yeah, that's not a swing trade. Do you understand? Now that's not a swing trade. Where the market's gone from here to here is a swing trade. Do you understand? Like July to the end of August, you've swung the trade, bro. You've let the trade do what it needs to do. That's a swing trade. A week is not a swing trade. I don't know where you. No, bro. It's not long enough. Like, if the market hasn't even made a new higher high, how's it a swing trade? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. It's not. Holding over Asian transition for swaps is swinging. Yes, it is, mate. You're going through a weekly cycle. Okay, bro. We can agree to disagree on that. I'm not going to argue with strangers. Do you know what I mean? How on earth is 1 week not a swing trade? Bro. If something is a swing trade, yeah, you do realize, okay, so let's say you're a long-term trader, yeah? Like, let's say you're retired, yeah? And you've got a lot of money in an account, yeah? And you're trying to hold a trade from a high point and you're trying to sell it to a very low point, right? Do you think those people that are doing that are taking their positions out each week? That's what a swing trade is. A swing trade is you're not checking your position all that time, bro. You're letting the trade do its thing. Do you understand? Like, so it's like everyone's interpretation is different. That's not what, to me, a swing trade is. Because the people that have a lot of money in account that are trying to swing and are trying to like hold that position because they think the trend for the next 3 months is that way, they're not checking the trade every week and taking their money. That's not a swing trade. You need to get to a point you feel comfortable with a strategy and start doing trading. Yeah, of course. Have you noticed more or less profitability in certain months of the year? Very good question. You know what? This year's summer has been good. Last year's summer was pretty crap though. Honestly. Normally there's the seasons, you get more profitability in certain seasons. So like each quarter, so like how you should look at it is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, right? It's all 3 months each time. That's how you should look at it, right? Some quarters are better than other quarters to just for the market to move. So Q3, Q4 are normally the best month to trade. Like the end of the year is the best month to trade because when you're coming into the end of the financial year, all the big institutions and all the big major funds have to then record what their profit and losses was. So they're trying to make as much profit at the end of the year as possible. So what I would say is there's more money to be made later in the year. If that makes sense. That's what I would say. Like there's times where the market moves more in certain months, but the market is gonna move throughout the whole year. Is what I would say. It's not like a month where the market doesn't do anything. The market's gonna move. Now there might be a month where the market consolidates. There's nothing you can do for that. But there's no set period where it's gonna consolidate in March. It's gonna consolidate in June. Nothing suggests that. So that's what you gotta kind of think of. Show us your profits. I mean, check my bro. Go on my profile, bro. Like, what are you talking about? All right, so I'm gonna wait on Let me see what US30 is doing, man. Trying to buy US30. So damn, Euro's actually boosted pretty heavily. Right. Yo, I'm strumming it to the downside in profit. Up 40% in 2 days. Like, I don't got a graph now. I can strum it for like 3 days now. I can just strum. What does strum mean, bro? I'm not sure what strum means. What's strum it mean? I don't know that lingo still. Think I'm going to switch from gold to Euro USD. Do it, bro. Do it. 100%. 100%. Learn on a currency. Everyone who's learning, learn on a currency. It's just smoother, man. Trust me, you're not going to get as much headache. I can't, bro. You see this webcam? That's my camera. You see how you lot are reconnecting OBS succession? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, the webcam I'm using is my phone, bro. Can't do that. Unsubscribe. You can just leave, bro. It's not unsubscribe. Bro, gold this morning was pain. Look at the Nas. What's your thoughts on the dollar? So the dollar for me is still bullish. It's just come down heavy off the back of the NFP. So realistically, what I was saying, I don't know if you just joined. So the DXY has been pumping one way all week. So even though we've had one down day, it's just kind of retracing. So I wanted it, what I'm expecting now that it hasn't done what I wanted it to do, is if we could come into here. Sorry, hold on. If we could come into here, potentially we can then bounce up and go higher. Because the structure is still, you can see the structure's going up. Look, so it's going like this. So it could be retracing to then go higher. That's what I would say with the DXY. You can't because you don't have anything to do. Bro, come out of there, man. You're just talking shit. Like, got time for these trolls, man. These wafflers. Guys that don't even know what they're doing. You know what I've clocked? You see guys with selfies, yeah? Don't ever listen to no one with a selfie picture, bro. They just talk the most shit. I don't listen to no man who's got a selfie picture, bro. Are you a swing trader? No, I'm a day trader. These neeks. Man are neeks, bro. Don't ever talk to me about anything, bro. I don't want to hear nothing. Are you a swing? No, I'm a day trader, bro. So I day-to-day trade. I might be in a trade from like 1 to 3 days. On average. On average. So yeah, no, I'm not a swing trader. I'd like to become a swing trader, but again, in my opinion, you need a lot of money, bro, for it to be worthwhile. What is this market? So this is the DXY. So this is the dollar index. So the strength of the dollar. So as the dollar's been going up, the major currencies will come down. As the dollar comes down, the major currencies will go up. So this is a reflection of the strength of the dollar. So if you then look at this candle coming down, if you look at GBPUSD, it's gone up. Yeah. If you look at Euro USD, it's gone up. If you look at gold, gold will go up. I haven't made no money today. I haven't traded today, bro. Haven't placed a trade today. Rivian Automotive, I said to buy at 8.7. What's that? Stocks? You're going to start with your own money on a live. What do you think is a good amount to start with? So it's always relative. I'll check the NASDAQ as well. 1 second. It's always relative to, how much money you can afford to potentially lose, bro. That's what I would say. It's always about what can you afford to actually put in an account where it's like, okay, this isn't going to kill me or like financially ruin me if this doesn't go in my favor. That's what I would say. So £500 is not bad. If you could put 1,000 is good. If you can. If you can't, then you can't. Do you know what I mean? 1 to 3K is your budget. Start with £1,000 then, bro. Start with $1,000. Don't over leverage. That's the key thing. Like, if you manage your account properly, you won't blow the account. Make sure your risk to reward is good, meaning like you're not risking £100 to make £100, or you're not risking 50 to make. You're trying to risk 50 to make 200 to make 150. Do you understand what I'm saying? So make sure your risk to reward is good, and just take your time. Understand what your strategy is. Like, don't enter for different reasons. Whenever you're entering a trade, just make sure you're entering for the same reason that you entered the last trade as well. So that way you're getting the data of what your strategy is doing for you. So that's what I would say. Depending on what your strategy is, I don't know how you trade, bro. Do you know? With 300, you can make £40 a day medium risk. Yeah, facts. 100%. You could. Even £30 a day is 10%. If you can make 10% in your account, that's good money. Yeah, everything is relevant to the percentages. What I would say as well is, when you are trading as a beginner, always think about your account in percentages. Don't think about the account, the value of the account. Think about how much. So like £30 on a £300 is 10%. It doesn't sound like a crazy number, because you're gonna say, oh, it's only £30. That's what people do. They associate value with how big or small a number is, right? But if you've made 10%, that same 10%, right? If you can do that regular, then you're building yourself up to actually be able to trade bigger accounts. You know, if you have 100K, you make 10% on 100K. It's still the same. It's just a bigger number. Do you know what I'm saying? What is a key recurring pattern you see that indicates to pull money out of the trade? Well, you should have an area that you're targeting, bro. You should have multiple take profits, multiple areas where you're going to take something off the trade. Do you understand? Multiple areas where you're taking something off the trade. That's what I would say. It's always about entering the trade is one thing, but where are you trying to get out of the trade? Meaning, like, where did you see the market going from? Like, where did you predict the market going from point A to point B, and then you're like, okay, it's at point B, I'm going to pull some of the profit out. And then you might have another target. You'd be like, okay, once it gets here, I'm going to completely come out the trade. So it's always about, where are you trying to see the market get to? Where do you see the market actually moving from where you're entering to where you think it's going to go? Where is that price point? And that's why you need your own confirmation, your own strategy. It's not just about holding and hoping for the best. You got to have a plan to get out of it as well, and take and secure your profit as well. It's not always about holding the trade for the sake of it, yeah? So when it comes to like a pattern, it's not necessarily a pattern. It's just, this is where I'm trying to take money from, because there's liquidity. Whatever your strategy is, again, I don't know, but I use liquidity levels, right? So if you think about US 30 and you think about what's happened. So if I put that here, to open up the start of this week, it gapped up above this old high here, right? And it's been coming down ever since. Hold on. Yeah, it's been coming down ever since. So then, as it's starting to come down, let's say you was trying to get into sales, right? You would be looking for areas where you know that people was buying. So look, this area here, you could see people was buying here. The market moved up. It kind of retested it and moved up. So where this is an area where people were buying, there's liquidity resting there. So if you was trying to sell, you would be trying to sell to this point underneath here. You would take some of your trade up. Same thing right here. As this market's come down here, you would take more of your position off. Do you understand? So it's always about, where do you see the market going to? I've been practicing my strat from November last year till now. Sick, bro. Was waiting to overcome the psychological side of traders. Yeah. So you're doing it right. That's the right way to go about it. That's the right way to go about it. Practice until you feel comfortable risking money. Until if you're not comfortable risking money, psychologically you're just gonna hurt yourself. Do you get what I mean? It's gonna be like, oh, I just lost X amount, like, and it might take you long to get over it, or it might even be one of those ones where you make silly decisions based off of your last trade and you can't get over it. Do you understand? Like, in this game of trading, in order to be profitable, you gotta understand, I'm going to lose trades, but I'm going to manage the risk as best as I can. And I know that I believe in my strategy. I'm gonna take the same trade again when it appears. It's a game of probables. Seriously, like, don't think just because your strategy is taking a loss or taking 2 losses, that can happen. It is what it is. Like, psychologically, you have to be in the right frame of mind to believe in what you're doing. Otherwise, if you don't believe, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Trust me. What is the best demo account to start with, i.e. 212 trading or another web? 212, anything you want. So 212 is good. What country are you based, Chanel? If you're in UK, there's many brokers. You could use like MetaTrader 5, and then you can go onto a broker and sign up. It depends. What do you want to do? 212 I actually use for stocks. So I don't trade on 212. That's just like where I buy stocks. UK, yeah. So MetaTrader, eToro's cool. MetaTrader, but you need to have a broker. So go into a broker. I'm trying to think any good ones. So Axie's not bad because they're regulated. Axie.com. Who else? Vantage isn't bad. Vantage, their spreads are a bit meh though, but still, if you're practicing demo, go onto MetaTrader. So download the MetaTrader app, download MT5, and then go onto one of those websites, create like a free account, and then link it to your MetaTrader. eToro, you can. I've never used eToro, so I can't recommend it, but eToro is cool. MT4, MT5, MT4, yeah, it really depends. Even MatchTrade is good because you can link it to your computer. So matchtrader.com, you can, yeah, it's good as well. Appreciate all of that, no problem. If I haven't mentally drained myself, I treat each trade as gambling, itching to make money. Yeah, so don't do that, bro. Yeah. So, we got US 30. So we got 1 minute to the stock open. I want to see what happens with US 30. What are you trading right now? I'm not trading in the dollar because it's just the news is going crazy. So I'm looking at US 30. The dollar's just weak, which is fine, but I'm not trading, you know, because the news is positive. Right? That's not enough for me. So even if this goes up, I'll wait till the next week for it to actually form what I want to see. You know? Let's see what happens. But the dollar, for me, it could be just coming to this daily level here. And then we'll see if something forms from there. But I don't have a trade for those pairs right now, for the dollar or the majors. I don't have any trades. Alright, cool. What pair do you trade? So I trade GU. That's it. Those are the pairs. How's it going? Yes, bro. How are you, man? You right, yeah? So US 30. So look, again, I'll go for it again. The reason I'm not in any trades is because this is where I want to start engaging the market. Like, when you don't be in a rush to lose is what I'm trying to get at. Like, this pair has been coming down 5 days straight. This is the next area I'm interested in buying this. Possible buy point of interest, yeah? Don't be in a rush to just engage the market if it's not showing you what you need to see, right? The market gapped up, took out the liquidity, entered the range. I wanted the range broken on Tuesday. I was going to sell if it broke it. It didn't sell. It went down. We entered another range. Interest rate came out. Wasn't interested in trading the interest rate because of, it's again unpredictable. It slammed down, right? Thursday came. It pulled back, pulled down this off. To be fair, yesterday afternoon I wasn't trading. I should have actually took this trade because I could have took this trade. And then today, going into the Friday, it's slammed down going into the London session, and now New York's here, but it's still not in the area I'm interested in. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just about making sure you have an area where it's like, okay, I want to see something develop here. You know? And if it develops there, then great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. Patience is key, 1000%. What's your thoughts on trading the opening range? On what pair though? Opening range for which pair? You mean for the stock market? Do I trade support and resistance? No, I don't. I'm aware of support and resistance, meaning I know where it is, but no, I don't. I don't trade. Forex. The opening range. When you say the opening range, what do you mean for like each session? What do you mean by that? Would you not have entered on the first close under the last low? You mean on Thursday? Which you gotta give me a bit more context, bro. I'm not sure. Do you trade support and resistance forex? So yeah, what's the question, bro? Are you asking me about the London session open? Which range are you talking about? Yo, the Nas is jacking my shit up. Can someone tell me what strumming means? I don't know what that means. I don't know what strumming means. The Nas is coming down. I got in on the sell, yo. Okay, cool, sick, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's taking out its low, so I'd be careful. Anything can happen. Once it's taken out its low, it can just start getting manipulated. But opening range breakout could be London opening range or New York opening range. So I can't say I've ever like looked into that, bro. In terms of like the opening range breakout, I just kind of go off of the structure as a whole. In terms of like the main thing I try and figure out is what is my bias for the day. Like, do I want to see it go up or do I want to see it go down? And if whatever my bias is where do I want to see it go up from or where do I want to see it go down from? And then I base it off of that. Everything else is just secondary after that, if you get what I'm saying. So that's kind of what I base it off of. It's not really like opening range. AP, bro, they ran out of money, bro. That's what happened to them. They ran out of resources. Bro. So it went belly up, bro. They ran out of resources. Quick summary of your strategy. So, yeah, sure, bro. Hold on. Let me just find the So main things are, bro, Zach, it's my main confirmation is based off of market structure. So market structure is basically bias, liquidity is resting stop losses in the market. Areas of interest where I want to see the market come to form entries, and then smaller time frame, smaller time frame confirmation. So this is a summary, bro. Right, it's not that neat, you know. Hold on, let me just like space this out. Sorry. Right, so this is, you know, the gist of what I'm looking for. So the structure is based on the bias is based off of structure. Hopefully you're analyzing the bigger time frames so that you know where you are within the structure. Liquidity, so like where there's resting liquidity in the market, very key. Areas I'm interested in, meaning where I want to see the market get to then potentially engage. And then smaller time frame confirmation. So when I'm looking for actual entries, it's based off of the higher time frame, but then I go on a smaller time frame inside a higher time frame area to show me what I want to see. That's kind of to summarize it, bro. All right, cool. All right, so this is still coming down, which is good. This is coming down. So if and when we get in here this afternoon, you know, I want to see us potentially start turning around. That's what I want to see us do. I want to see if we could start turning around. So, yeah. I'm due to wrap this stream up so that I can actually start locking in myself and seeing what go on for the rest of the day. But if this area doesn't come today, then it's fine. I'll wait till next week. So this is where I'm interested in based off of the daily time frame. Haven't got nothing for GBPUSD. Haven't got anything for the dollar. Haven't got anything for the euro. It's reacted off the NFP. Great. It's not enough for me to start entering the trade. Even on the smaller time frame, all it's done is engulfed, and then we've had some candles to continue. There's not enough structure for me to start. Do you get it? There's nothing for me to go off of to say, yeah, I'm going to start buying this. Are all of your POIs taken from higher time frames? Yes, they are, bro. 100%. It could be anything. It could be a low getting swept or a high getting swept. So like this daily low here, the previous daily low, swept these lows, go on a smaller time frame, study what happened there. Right? It could be an imbalance. It could be a eye candle. There's all of the POIs for me have to be based off of 4-hour daily and higher. Has to be. Otherwise, there's no trade. Do I know about the black and gold star technique? No. Zach. DM me, Zach. I can send you some resources. So just message me on TikTok and I'll send you some stuff. Black and gold star technique. I have no idea what that is. No idea. So the higher time frame POIs only come around like once a week, if that. I mean, that's very subjective. That's very subjective, bro. Yes and no. It depends. The moving mean, nah, I don't know. If that sounds like an indicator of some sort, I don't use indicators to like trade the price action. So I'm not sure what that means, bro. It depends. Some days you're not gonna have a trade. Some days you're not gonna have a trade. That's cool. You're not gonna have a trade. You're trying to strum the... Bro, can you tell me what strum means? Keep asking you, bro. What is this? I don't know what strum means. What does strum mean, like? Does anyone know what strum means? That is hilarious. Okay, so what? The Nas is strumming. So does it mean like dropping? 'Cause I'm only going off of like what it's doing right now. Okay, so what's the word if it's going up? If you're, can you strum something going up? Or I don't know what lingo that is, man. I don't know about them terms. But yeah, I'm waiting on US 30. Um, again, it's the 1st of August, guys. Yeah, think about the monthly candle. Understand that the monthly candle is just started. It's not gonna look like this by the end of it. It could come all the way down. It could come to here and then turn bullish and continue higher. Yeah. So one day, the start of the month is not gonna determine what's gonna happen next week, the week after, the week after that. So thank you guys for joining. If you want any information, hit me on DM or just follow me and message me, and I'll give you some resources. I've got a link for my free community as well if you want interest in that. Thank you guys for joining. I'll be back on Tuesday. The main days that I stream are Tuesdays and Fridays. Yeah, so New York session 1 p.m. But yeah, appreciate you guys joining in. I'll catch up with you next week. Peace, peace, peace.